you to stand, enjoy, shout. Imagine you're at a concert basically.
Pienso que un sueño parecido no volverá más. Me pintaba las manos y la cara de azul. Y me improvisa el viento de vida. Y me echa a volar en el cielo infinito.
So with that, I would like to welcome on, and I would like all of you to welcome on, our first speaker of the night, Nidhi.
Hi everyone, my name's Nidhi, not like you didn't know that. Firstly, can we just get a huge round of applause and cheers for the bride and groom? Louder! When I see the love Jay and Ridhima have for each other, it always made me and will always make me giggly. It's real, it's sincere, genuine and unconditional. It's everything my best friend deserves, and you too, Jay, of course. I would always root for Jay whenever Ridhima told me about him, and I was constantly manifesting the world for them, like literally right after 2 dates. So thank you, Jay. One, for being such an amazing person and a good friend to me, but most importantly, being the person you are with my best friend. Loving, reliable, kind of lame, but most importantly, respectful, considerate, and kind. Ridge always complimented my extra nature with her calm, composed, but also crazy behavior. From our late night white noise study sessions to our made up languages, from our favorite dance moments from Global Day to you rocking me home only because I was scared to drive alone in the rain. You are my missing puzzle piece. AUS gave me a friend, a sister, a soulmate. Sorry, Jeb. I love you so much. I will always nids my rids. So to my dearest, strongest and most beautiful best friend, I couldn't be more happy to see you with someone who deserves the love you have to offer and give you more. And to one of the coolest guys I know, Jay, you're one hell of a lucky guy. And Jay, I must say, if you even try to hurt my girl, I will look for you, I will find you, I will ... I think you can complete that. So everyone, please raise your drinks and let's toast to the newlyweds. Jai Mata Di, let's rock! Thank you.
Jay, you know what she said, no? If you hurt Ridhima, I don't care how many years I've known you, I'll still come beat you up, and you know how I do. So now our next speaker for the night is, I believe, a very, very close friend of Ridhima. We have Abir.
Hi everybody. For those who don't know me, I'm Zahra and I'm Abir, Ridhi's maid of honor. रब ने पैदा ना किती पर दिल ने बहन बना दी थी. I hope all the Punjabis in the house understand what this is. Uh, Growing up, I spent years begging my parents to have a last child because I desperately wanted a sister. Thankfully, didn't need to wait. I found Riddhi. We met 18 years ago, to be very specific. We met in 5th grade. And the very first thing I noticed about her was this shy little girl with big, beautiful hair. She looked like she belonged in a shampoo ad. And from that one stunned thought, we somehow ended up forming a band in 5th grade. Yes, a 5th grade band with strict roles. We had a bass drummer, lead vocalists, and on and on. We were literally the unofficial department the school never asked for. While the school already had enough art, music, and dance, we still decided they needed more. From making our own chaotic beats to performing bop, 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 bop to the top, like we were auditioning for a high school musical role. To trying out Boogie Woogie. Yes, guys, we auditioned for Boogie Woogie and we almost didn't win. I've shared everything with Rids, from clothes, makeup, and honestly, I think I even shared her mom at some point. I still do. I've been lucky to have known her for 18 years, and I can't say without hesitation that she's the most diverse, multi-talented person I know. She's a pro gamer. She excels at sports. Anything she touches turns to gold. She does a million things and still shows up for everyone with so much love, responsibility, and commitment. There's an episode in Friends. Yes, I have a reference of Friends, guys, where Phoebe is trying to find a truly selfless act. I genuinely believe that if she met Riddhi, she'd stop searching. This girl gives with absolutely no expectations attached. Her kindness isn't loud, it's natural. It's who she really is. When I moved countries, we didn't talk every day. But Riddhi is that rare kind of friend where even if we speak after months, it still feels like we never stopped. Souls recognize each other, and ours definitely did. I love you. Sorry, Jay, now a little bit about you. I still remember the first thing I heard about him from someone you and I both know. Oh, he's a massive finance bro. Just wait till he starts talking. Naturally, I expected Wall Street in human form. Then I actually met him. And instead, I found someone who was warm, easy to talk to, beautifully grounded, really charming, and someone who brought out an even kinder and calmer side of my best friend. That's when I knew he was just not the next guy, but he was her person. You both balance each other in the most effortless way. And Jay, I couldn't be more confident that you'll take care of my sister in the way she's taking care of me. I love you both. Thank you. I had a very long speech, but I had to cut it a little short because I wanted Khames, Siddharth Khemani, one of Ridhima's best friends. He couldn't be here. It's really heartbreaking, and I know he would have absolutely been thrilled to be here, but because of a lot of different reasons, he couldn't. I have his mum here who has written his speech, and yeah.
Hi everyone, this is from Siddharth for his Ridu, his bestie, and Jay. I wish more than anything that I could be here with you today, even from afar, My heart is full seeing Ridu and Jay celebrate this incredible moment. I have known Ridu for so many years, and the memories we have shared have made our friendship one of the most important parts of my life. I first met Ridu in school in the 11th grade. I was extremely shy, but we connected instantly. That's just who she is, warm, welcoming, and the kind of person who makes you feel at ease from the start. From that day on, we never looked back, and I'm grateful every single day that it worked out that way. Over the last 11 years, I have watched Ritu grow into this amazing woman she is today. We've shared adventures, late night conversations, laughter, and all the memories along the way. If I could even be a fraction of the person she is someday, I would feel lucky. And then, of course, Armenia. That trip will always be one of my favorite memories. One night at the restaurant, we were having dinner, talking about everything and nothing, and ended up laughing so hard our stomachs hurt. Later, we sat in a cafe talking about life. I needed someone to talk to, and Ridu was there, listening, sharing her thoughts, and helping me see things in a new way. That moment reminded me even more what an incredible person she is. Someone who cares deeply, puts her heart into everything she does for the people she loves, and truly makes those around her better. I also want to thank you, Ridhima, for everything, for being my friend, my therapist at times, someone I can look up to, someone I can learn from, and the best friend anyone could ask for. Ritu, I'm genuinely proud of the person you've become, the way you love, the way you care, and the way you handle life. You face challenges with grace and strength, and I truly, truly admire that about you. And then there's Jay. The first time I met him was when I was planning a surprise for Ritu. Jay helped me plan everything and even offered me to pick me up as a true Sindhi. I instantly liked him for saving my cab fare. From the very beginning, I felt comfortable with him. The more time I spent with Jay, the more it became clear why Ritu loves him so much. He's thoughtful, genuine, and just a solid human being. The kind of person who makes everyone around him feel at ease. Oh, and I almost forgot, he is the best looking South Indian. Being around him made it clear how much he loved Ritu and why they are perfect for each other. I've come to respect and admire him not just for how he treats Ritu, but for the kind of friend, brother, and genuinely a good human being he is. Even though I'm not physically here, I want you both to know how proud and happy I am. I wish you a lifetime filled with love, laughter, warmth, and good energy. And of course, a 2 BHK with a spare room for me to crash in, because since I missed this wedding, I plan to make it up for spending a lot of more time with you both. Ritu, you're truly one of the best people I know. You love deeply, you care endlessly, and you make everyone around you better. Jay, you're one lucky man. But I'd also say Ritu's just as lucky to have found someone like you. I love you both. From the bottom of my heart, you two are perfect together, and I can't wait to see the beautiful life you'll build. Congratulations to two of my favorite people. I love you guys.
Thank you, Abir, and thank you, Auntie, for speaking on behalf of Siddhant. You don't cry. Not allowed. Okay. It's a happy night. Oh, sorry. Next, we have Sanjay Uncle, who's going to come up and give his... Oh, Auntie also. No, Auntie, how you cannot speak? Auntie will speak.
Auntie will stand with me. Hi, everybody. I'm Sanjay, Ridhima's Masa. I generally like to speak extempore. But today my family was insistent that my speech be proofread and deeply edited. However, I'll start by saying to the friends of Ridhima, you said that Ridhima or Jay, if you ever try to bash up Ridhima, you will support her. Let me tell you, she doesn't need your support. She is independent, she is quite qualified, and Jay, wait and see. I'm Sanjay, Ridhima's master, and I've had the privilege of watching Ridhima grow from a spirited little young girl into the beautiful, confident woman we are celebrating today. That's the nice part. When she was young, Ridhima had hair longer than her height, right? And an even stronger will, keeping it that way. Every morning, Bhavna would potentially try to climb through it, comb through it, while Ridhima would cry, protest, and yet never agree to cut it. That determination, or should I say stubbornness, was clear even then. And meal times were no different. A simple half bread would take her hours to finish, and many evenings ended her fast asleep at the dining table, her head resting beside her plate. She was a tough lady as a child, a quality that has served her well in life. Jai, beware. She's always been a fashion icon. As a 4-year-old, she would often come to a house in Delhi with her shades on and refusing to take them off even when indoors because it gave her an air of invincibility and coolness. While the shades are finally off now indoors, that sense of fashion and grace has stayed consistent, as we can all see how beautiful she looks today. Years later, when Ridhima came to intern with me, I thought I knew everything that went around my office. I asked my colleague Jay to train her for a couple of weeks. Little did I know that in those 2 weeks, something more than training was happening. Something far more meaningful. Time passed, and one evening I met Jay at a friend's house. He greeted me with a warm, "Hello, uncle." I was taken aback. In my office, uncle wasn't exactly how my team addressed me. But I let it pass. A few weeks later, I happened to see a photo of Jay at Adu's wedding, right? And there was Jay right in the middle of the celebration. Curious, I asked my kids, "Hey, that's Jay, I know him. What is he doing in the wedding?" Both my kids burst out laughing and said, "Dad, Jay is dating Ridhima." Love was brewing right under my nose, and I had absolutely no idea. On a reflective note, Viren, Ridhima's father, who left us to soar, I would have been so proud today. Ridhima has since grown into the perfect daughter, loving, responsible, and endlessly caring. She has been her mother's greatest support, standing by her with a maturity and grace well beyond her years. Our mother's pride in Ridhima shines through in every smile, every word, every glance today. Bhavna sees Viren's warmth and strength in her, in the way she cares, in the way she stands up for her, and in the love she gives so freely. I'm sure Viren is watching this evening, beaming with joy and blessing this union. I also want to take this chance to welcome Jay into the family. Jay, now finally you can call me uncle, or Masa, as I am popularly known. Having known Jay for a while, he's been an incredibly kind, hard-working, and diligent guy, and I'm incredibly thankful how great a match you two are, and how well you take care of each other. Even though it wasn't quite what I had in mind when I asked Ridhima to intern with you and the final review. So let's raise our glasses to Ridhima and Jay. May your journey together be filled with laughter, patience, and understanding. May you keep discovering love in the smallest moments. even when it happens right under someone's nose.
But I said I need at least 1 minute for every 10 years of Jay's life. So let me start when he was about 10 or 12. He used to come to church with me. And he'd look at these girls and say, Dad, the girl looks good. I said, yes. He didn't bother that his mother was around with us. All I needed to do was just nod my head. But fast forward the clock to 2020, Jay calls me and says, Jay, I wanted to connect with Ridhima. So we connected on a Zoom call, and after that, I asked Jay, Jay asked me, what did you think, Dad? I said, well, she comes across as a very simple, loving person. He agreed. That's how Jay had matured from when he was 10 or 12 to when he's now 20. Fast forward the clock a little more. In 2025, when we are here celebrating the wedding, Jay was very, very candid. He said, Dad, you can spend the night only tonight with me. So after that, he had to move. And talking about, I don't know, there's something called sibling rivalry. I think it's a misnomer. Because I would like to thank Nishant and Aida for all the help they've given. Can you please stand up, Nishant and Aida? Thank you all, and have a great day. Ridhima, welcome to the family. Thank you.
Thank you, Uncle, for that very nice speech. And as Uncle said, the sibling rivalry, we have the sibling over here, who's our next speaker. So, Nishant, you want to tell us about Jay?
Thank you, Mo. Absolutely. So first of all, thank you all for making it to this special event and blessing them. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Nishant, or as Jay refers to me, the less better looking brother. So that's how Jay introduces me to everybody. Oh, sorry. As Jay refers to me, sorry Mo, you broke my flow. Okay. Let me start by telling you different anecdotes of Jay's life. When Jay was born, prior to him being born, I used to plead to my mother and father that I want a baby brother. For some reason, I kept saying baby brother. I never said sister. So when Jay finally came in at 1995, and when he was born, I begged my parents to let me hold him. And they said, no, you will drop him on the ground. Okay. A year later, we had the first freak incident of our life. Jay had asthma. And Jay was in the hospital that time. And I remember he was in Dubai hospital. If those of you all who don't know Dubai, it's one of the oldest hospitals that you have in the city. Jay was in the asthma ward, and my mom and dad and me were all very worried. And I opted, like a typical sibling, to stay in the hospital, not because I wanted to be with him, because I wanted a day away from my parents. Okay, and I essentially told everybody, like, I'm going to stay with him. My mom, as usual, did not trust me at all. But Jay, in those days, even though it was a little over a year, he refused to share his food with me those days as well. Fast forward many years, Jay and I have a very wonderful relationship which has its ups and downs. Jay and me have what we call the lollipop wars. So we have an unhealthy obsession, and we've told Sahil about this as well. We have a very unhealthy obsession about lollipops. Now, lollipops are just fried chicken, right, in a nice masala. And to be fair, Jay, Dad created this. Dad set this unreasonably high standard for chicken lollipops. Jay and me used to fight over this, and there was a point when we couldn't afford to have two plates, right? So Jay and I used to fight over a single plate. At least now, like 30 years later, we have money to buy two plates, Jay. Okay. And that's a common theme, right? So for his 30th birthday this year, while everybody gifted him different gifts, I gave him lollipops for his birthday. That was the best gift I could give him, right? Jay was grew up, Jay was a very fat kid. And for those of you who don't know him, his friends will tell you about this after me now. Jay was a very fat kid, but he was a fantastic sports person. He was the best cricketer you could find. And everybody here, all his friends will attest to that. Thin Jay didn't play as good sports as fat Jay. Okay? Jay also had a very unhealthy obsession with cars. Now, Jay always decided for everybody what car we would have. Eventually, when Jay turned 18, my dad made the godforsaken mistake of getting him a Mustang, which Jay politely named Musty. This was Jay's cute way of putting it across, right? But Jay has always been that very wonderful human being, and I think at some point of time when I was growing up, Jay was a parent to me even though he was younger to me, which is very difficult for somebody who's very younger to take care of somebody older. I think over time I've become the parent, but at the start it was you. I'm going to sort of take you all through a slightly solemn moment in our life, which happened in February 2013. My mom had cancer. For those of you all who don't know, she passed away in 2013. In 2013 in February, Jay and I was in office, and then Jay was in school, and that day was a very tough day for both of us because we missed her 15 minutes too late. We reached the hospital just about 15 minutes too late. I went to pick him up from school, and Dwayne and some of his friends and all were there. And Dad was in the hospital, but we never made it in time to say goodbye to her. I'm sure she's somewhere up here looking down on this moment and being happy that Jay is now a big boy and a wonderful man. And I think he couldn't have turned out better. He is, forget it, kiddo, forget what people say. You are the best looking guy in this room today. You are the best looking man today here. I love you and thank you for always being there for me.
I'll give you a backstory to this. I have tears in my eyes. A week ago, I think, week and a half ago, Nishan, we were at a dance practice, and Nishan said, "I'll bet you any amount of money, I'm gonna make you all cry at the wedding." And I didn't take him seriously then, but I do take him seriously now. But cutting aside from the tears, our next speaker for tonight is, sibling rivalry at its finest. Our next speaker for tonight is Danny, who is, you introduce yourself.
Hey, I was supposed to be comedic relief. All right. For those of you who don't know me, I'm neither the best man nor the brother. I'd like to think I'm a mix of the two, the best brother. But that started there, not here. Comedic relief. That was the thing. I've known Jay since he was 12. He walked into class with two-tone glasses on and 200 kilos under his belt. Fast forward 20 years, he's lost the weight, but probably his heart is the same size. That's what I love about you. I'm gonna try to keep it tight. I have two stories that really testify to how much Jay really means to me and the attributes he carries. One is ambition, all right? When we were 16 years old, Jay and I don't know, cheated the system in some way, and we became prefects of St. Mary's Catholic High School. Jay realized that there was an arbitrage in the market, and if we left break early, all the little kids would buy samosas. So fast forward, he comes up with this idea, and I'm like, yeah, then this makes sense. So we had seed capital of about 100 dirhams, which is about $20. We left school about 10 minutes before recess, bought up all the samosas, all right, and started a cart 10 meters down, selling the samosas back to the school. We made a healthy profit of about 80%, the remaining 20 being the samosas Jay and I ate. But the path to Wall Street was there initially. But, we were taken aside and told how we were going straight to hell for doing that by the teachers. The other one is I was fortunate enough to go to university in Boston with Jay. Well, not with Jay, but in the same city. Um, so I tried really hard to fit in, and what I love about Jay is his genuineness. I tried really hard to fit in. I moved to Boston. It was minus 10 degrees centigrade. Jay goes like, "Hey man, come over for a drink." I was like, "Dude, I'd love to." So I move over to the city, wrapped up in like 8 different bundles, get to his room, walk in, and it's like coming out of Chhatrapati Shivaji Airport. The room is like 35 degrees Celsius, 12 guys, 1 girl, drinking whiskey. Honestly, there was shot there as well. Yeah. And that's Jay. He's very proud of who he is, and I'm very proud of who he is as well. Finally, Ridhima, this is to you. To you. Yeah. I've had the pleasure of knowing you for about 4 years now. You are genuinely the light to Jay's eyes. You take it easy when Jay is stressed about entertainer coupons. And like I'm an only child. I've never understood what a brother was or a sister was. For me, my relationship with Jay is what I imagine siblinghood to be. And I would like to welcome you, not as an in-law, but as a sister, because for me, Jay is a brother and always has been one. And welcome to our dysfunctional family.
Our next speaker for tonight is Dwayne, who is, I'll give you a fair warning, he is a little sarcastic. Uh, Take it with a pinch of salt. But thank you, Mo, for that lovely introduction. Um, this is it's something very difficult for me to do, and I know most I can be very sarcastic, and I can joke a lot, but it's I'm not afraid of speaking in public. I'm not afraid of talking to people about exactly how I feel or exactly what's on my mind. Uh, but to it's very difficult to put into words how much I want to put Jay Vanilla, right? Jay has always from day one, not when he's selling samosas on the side and making a little profit, but whenever he's introduced me to someone. And before Ridhima, I was Jay's plus. Right? I'm not gonna make it to it, but I was Jay's plus where. And he would always say, "This is doing my best spread." He would always say that, and he would always get very irritated that I would never say, "Jay, you're my best spread." And it would always nag me. And I never said it. And we've gone through so many years together. I've been through with the Nishant years where you started grown up together when we were 12, Danny, all of us were in STEAM together. I've seen that. But I have the pleasure of living it here. Jay and I, Jay, Yash, and myself, we stayed together for a few years after we graduated college. He started research. And I realized that I had a brother, and this is a PM I take you and Sean does not Sean, and Danny does not Sean. But it's really true. Jack has been an absolutely amazing person. He when Jack takes you into his life, he makes you a priority, right? Jay and I have been friends for one reason is because we have an unspoken rule. I don't make fun of Blit, and he doesn't make fun of me. And I'm a champion in his eyes, and he's a champion in mine. We lived together from I think 2019 to 2024 or 2024, and it was some of the best times of our lives. We went through just starting to work and making a bit of money. We went through this massive thing called the pandemic, which I know is very horrible, but for us, you were 3 guys in that house, and we had a ball of guitar. Right? Here's the I never studied outside of Dubai for universities. I never looked without my parents. And the first time I did, it was with Jay, which was a big mistake. So this is Jay coming back in the whiskey and the chart. And I remember David hit, and he went into lockdown quite early. And Jay said, "Do what? I found the place that delivers after that." And we ordered half the store. And for the next 3 weeks of lockdown,
he just ate PlayStation. We would decide between having chicken lollipops and Chinese food, and we had fun. You know, um, a little prior to COVID, and this is why I know Rhythm are very special, and I want to pick this chance to talk about the boat attack. Is that just suddenly started name dropping Rhythm. You don't begin say I'm dating Rhythm. That Uncle, I don't know, Uncle Sanjay, you mentioned that there was Rhythm was interning at the time. And suddenly Vidama's name kept coming. I'd call him, no, Jen and I would speak to each other like two old and we would go out in the middle of the day. How's your day, girl? How's your day, girl? What are you on for lunch? Is that I can't talk right now, dude. I'm having lunch with Vora. They're sharing food, right, Nishan? Jay is sharing food. And that kept going on. And one day I called him, and Jay hates to drive. If there's anything Jay hates more than paying full price for, it's driving. Jay does not like driving. And I said, Jay, where are you going? Because we lived 15 minutes away from his office and he had a problem picking it here. But today he took a stop. So, Jay, where are you? I'm guarding to the Indian embassy. Oh, said, Ridhima has to renew your passport. I said, Jay, then brought you to renew your passport. I drove. Right? And that was the first thing in my mind that, this is a girl that someone Jack trusts with. You know, another incident. When they were first sort of dating, with them all combined, it is, from Sharjah, she'd come over to our place before a period before they'd go out. But Jidama was coming over at 7 p.m. Jay would take his lunch break, which again, Jay never skipped lunch. Jay would skip his lunch break, come to the house, see him cleaning up the house. I said, Jay, what are you doing? Ridhima's coming over. I said, okay, but what happened yesterday on the house is Ridhima. And those are few instances where I realized that Jay cares about this person. Right? He cares about them. And what I like to say is that when I see the two of them, and when I see Jay the way he treats Ridhima, when I see Ridhima the way she treats Jay, it inspires me. And I think it inspires a lot of our friends to be better partners each year. Never once have I heard Jay make a joke at Ridhima to expect this. I think Jay always prioritizes Ridhima's. Ridhima can say whatever she wants. The grass is blue right now. Jay will say it's the bluest grass I'll ever see. He will not say anything bad about this painting. And the amount of effort Ridhima has put in, and I'd like to say things to talk about Ridhima because Ridhima's fit into our entire grade CAC. She did it effortlessly. She didn't do too much, but she did just enough to show everyone how much she cares for them. Whether it's organizing a holiday, whether it's even when Yash, Jay, and I lived together, whether telling us, guys, you're overspending on Buerta. And Jay was spent. Jay was extremely confused as how he was overspent. Right? Ridhima has been someone who has taken care of Jay. And I know Nishant Kastam would be a lawyer. And I know Auntie's not here with us today, and Auntie is not here with us today. But when I see Ridhima and Jay, I see and I feel like they've both become a pairing that they wanted. They become that person, and I think they're that other half to each other. And it's to see the way they're going to go. I'm very excited for them because I think no one in this room loves their part as much as the two of them do today. And I wish you all the best, guys. I love you so much. Have a I have to play my friend. So if most of you don't know, Jay being the Jew that he is, and when he started dating Vedama, we 2019, Jay, 2019 you went to Turkey, yeah. So the phone podcast, hey guys, we went to Turkey. Jay being the Jew that he is, he decided that, and I think a month, 2 months after Ridhima joined Armal, Jay decided that it would very wise, can't foolish, not to buy a data SIM, not to buy any type of phone, not even have roaming. Land in Turkey, and since he just started dating Ridhima, Jay had no internet connection. So every day for the 5 days that you were there, Jay would either hack the Wi-Fi of any cafe we were at, or he would survive off range hotspot, just so that he could tell Ridhima where he is, what he's having, what he's doing, all of those things. Fast forward last day, Jay eat the house. Comes back. He had a very nice cat store about 30 minutes, 30 seconds, 1 minute away from our house. Jay goes and gets a postcard that he wants to make it in. Now Jay being Jay brought that postcard, bought Big Bus store uh these maps that we get, gave it to me and Lush and said, I need you guys to make a postcard of every landmark that we visited over the last 4 days so I can send it to them. In dating her, decided that his best option was I'll take a seat in the couch, I would scroll Instagram, and I leave these guys to it. Me and Yash, with no scissors, no glue, in a third country we have no idea about, proceeded to spend the next hour and a half, made that postcard for Agni. We made it, Jai Bhim Jai. Comes back and says, no, this isn't right. We need revisions. This is what you need to correct. This is what is wrong. This is how it should be. Fine. We did it. I asked Jay, do you know Ridhima's personal address? Jay replies, I have a fair idea what might be. But fair idea doesn't work with Whisper. Jay once he made this postcard, Jay takes the postcard, goes to the room, locks himself in the room, writes a secret message to Ridhima, of which even now, 6 years later, we had no idea what he wrote. I don't even think Ridhima has any idea what he wrote. Puts some random address, posts it till today. That postcard never reached Ridhima. Never came back to Jay because Jay forgot to put a return address. So Jay, I honestly think that there is a bride somewhere in Turkey waiting for you because of that love-filled postcard that he sent to Ridhima. Supposed to send to Ridhima. But to end the night, because we're almost on time, a compliment to both of these, and I don't want to end on a downer, but um, uh, almost 2 years ago, I had a bit of a tough pitch. 3 years ago, my friend, you know what I'm talking about. Both of those people at 3 a.m. showed up in their pajamas at the hospital, and their presence, only the presence, there meant so much to me, and it just shows the love, the humility, the that both these people had towards everyone they met. It's man that day. Dommy sees. But DJ, how much time do you have? We're out? Yeah. So, anyways, this is to close this night. You're not gonna hear me speak again. Um, let's raise our glasses to both of these wonderful individuals who have decided to spend the rest of their lives together with love, with at that point. But let's celebrate their love. This is only the first time. We have another 2 nights of parting, 2 days, two night day of parting. So let's all raise our glasses of forever love, forever happiness,